Hello, my name is Alejandro Gonzalez, and this is Lab 4-4, where we will be visualizing a regression in Tableau. So we're going to be working with the Excel regression that we were using in Lab 3-4, and we are going to add some visualization so that we can process the information a bit better. So to start, we're going to go to a file, Microsoft Excel. We are going to pull up the file that we were working with. We're going to go ahead and open it. And then we are going to pull this main file all the way to the drag tables here. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to press the update now. Or actually update automatically. And it's going to take a while, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it right after this. All right, so it did take a little while, but we do have all of our information loaded in, and it is because it's a lot of, it's 978,659 rows. So now we can go to the worksheet and we can start putting what we want as our columns and our rows. So what we're going to do for the columns, we're going to use the Arkansas dummy. So we're going to go ahead and drag that and just drop it in there. And then for the rows, we want it to be the tran. So we're going to go ahead and move this into the rows. Okay, but the thing is that we are using the sum and we do not want to aggregate the measures. We're interested in each individual observation. So the way to get it to the individual observation is we are going to go to this analysis and I'm going to deselect this aggregate measures. And then we just wait. Okay, and then there we go. And now we can start looking at this information. So right now we can start to analyze this Arkansas dummy variable. So we can see the 0 and the 1. And so that's where all the circles are. And the circles represent each thing that we have, so each item, each transaction. And so we can see that the circles are spaced out, but in the middle they're starting to clump together. So that just shows like the way it's progressing. However, we can go a little bit deeper into this, and so that's what we're gonna do. So next we're gonna go into analysis, and then what we want to do is we want to go to trend lines, and we want to show trend lines, and we just wait for it to load. I'll just give it a sec. All right, perfect. So here is actually the regression that we had run earlier. So we can see the trans amount. So the intercepts, we see the R squared, and we see the p-value. So here we can start to compare the relationship between like the regression. And from here, we can see that the p-value is less than 0.001. And now we can make it even more meaningful by adding more variables. And so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so we're now going to add these dummies. So first we're going to add the online dummy, and we're going to add that to the columns. And we're just going to wait for that to load in. Okay, and then now we have the online dummy, so we can see here when it is online, just how significant it can be, just because of how much closer all of the units are together. And then last but not least, we're going to add the others. This is also going to take a while. Okay, and then last but not least, we do have the Dillard dummy. And so we can see here that we have all three, just like how we did in Excel. And so this is called a multivariate or multivariable regression. And so we see how all of these X's, the Arkansas, the online, and the Dillards, with the Y transaction amount. However, the only downside of this is that they're all individual. When we were working in Excel, we could compare, for example, Arkansas with online. When we ran the first regression, we got to see Arkansas by itself, which is kind of like this first one right here. Then we got to see Arkansas with online, and then we got to see Arkansas with online and the Dillard's one. So that is one of the downsides of Tableau that we see each one of them individual. Um, and so that's just a different way that we can kind of visualize the data a bit better for those that may want to see a picture. And we can also look at the outliers as well. And so it's interesting to see just because we can kind of help explain what is happening with the data a bit better and how significant it is according to each of the X variables. And with that, that completes lab 4.4, where we are visualizing regression in Tableau. Thank you very much.